Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Three Men and a Vape Show. It is Wednesday night, and that just means one thing. You're going to have to stick around with us for the next hour. It is us three. It is us three on a Wednesday evening. Thank you very much to everybody who has joined us in chat. We love you loads, and thank you very much for all your support. I am joined by our normal casters, the one and only Harley. How are you, traitor?
I'm all... Fucking hell. Wow. I was just thinking, don't you hate it when someone steals your background and makes it better? But
that's it, yeah. There's too many bricks in your wall. How you doing, bro? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good. I've got to do a review of disposable tomorrow, so I'm not quite.
What disposable is it?
Max Bar or something.
For free, Max.
It's not Steve's bar.
She messaged me earlier. She's like, "Hiya," and the only reason I've decided to do it is because it's somebody that used to work for another company, and she messaged me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that for you." And she messaged me earlier like, "Hiya, how's the review coming on?" I did say I wanted it live, and I think like 28th to 2nd, and I looked, oh shit, it's 2nd today. I says, "Yeah, as you know, a click count disposable, so I haven't really had time to get enough content for the review. But it will be up tomorrow. However, there is a bit of bad news. These 1,000 puff bars have only managed to get between 350 and 390 puffs.
There's a shock.
Yeah, but you see, again, it all depends how much you're sucking on it, son.
Well, it does, but
What she said.
I think I told you a while ago that somebody said Easy Click sent me some from someone, and I calculated it, and mathematically, you need a 1 second puff in order to get the amount of puffs out of it that he said it was going to give you. That 1 second puff. Who the fuck does that?
Yeah. That's like a chicken making love. That's it. Chickens, mate. They all right. They do the business like within 30 seconds. You imagine that chicken's walking around, and then all of a sudden she's bent over. What the shit was that?
I wish I could last that long.
Yeah, me too. And that's with a cigarette as well, or a vape. We are also joined by the wonderful Mr. B. How are you, brother?
I'm speckless.
You're speckless. How come? What happened to them? Don't tell me it's
Nothing.
after them.
No, nothing. I just forgot to grab them.
Do you know, I was wondering why you look so thick.
Well, that's 30 years of neglect, mate. That's not doing the specs. But I'm speckless in that, and I'm trying to not say too much because I want to try and keep my input to a minimum. As last week I was on a roll getting a few things right, and the more things I say, the more chance I'm going to fuck all that up.
Did he get quite a lot right last week?
Well, I got a couple of things right, I think. Oh, hang on. I'm no longer speckless.
Oh, that's a lovely Samantha.
There we go. Hang on. Go, gadget intelligence.
There you go.
Yeah, right, son. Let me tell you, E equals MC squared, bitch.
That's it. You can see it downloading in his head now, can't you?
No one's realised that I've had my hair cut.
No, because you had a fucking hat on. How come we did that?
Because it usually comes round here like a great...
I must admit, your hair did actually. When did we do it for the charity? For the Misfits? When were it?
It was 2 eyebrows ago for me.
I think it was April.
April.
Was it
It
April?
grew back
Jesus.
quite quick.
No, it did.
Yeah.
It did. I remember being extremely jealous.
My hair does go stupidly long. But it's great. Do you know, I sat down, right? I said, oh, just usual, short back and sides, fringe a little bit longer. She said, yeah, all right. And she went, first thing she said, as soon as I sat down, she went, oh, look at all them greys. Oh, you fuck off.
I was actually reading a thing the other day on hairless men. And apparently, that humans are evolving to lose hair because we don't need it as much as we used to. So, like, we're not as tall as we used to be. We're not as strong as we used to be. We're now going less hair because we don't need it. And eventually, they reckon in 500 years, we're going to be 3 foot tall, bald, and genitalless.
As you can see, my hair is naturally jet black, but I am the least hairiest naturally jet black.
I'm really hairy. I'm really hairy. I don't actually see that happening. Like, we're going to be 3 foot tall, bald, and because when I was at school, I was one of the tallest kids, and I'm 6 foot. And I was one of the tallest kids. You obviously did have the kids who are a bit taller, but nowadays, kids, you look at some of them walking around, they're like 6'5", and it seems to be the average. People
well,
just
you
grow.
See, the thing. Bear in mind, we're talking over hundreds of years here. I mean, I am technically, what is defined by medical terms, a dwarf. Because according to my weight, I should be 15 feet 4.
Just stretch you out like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, no, I should be 15 feet 4 for my weight. So technically, I'm not fat. I'm just short.
Just talking about. We were talking about that on the show last week. Any more update? Have you lost a little bit more, or?
I haven't fit into. See, this is the problem with losing weight when you're my size. Apart from going on to a lorry bridge, it's impossible to get my weight. Yeah, weighbridge. It's impossible to get my size because there isn't a biometric scale within distance that I can actually use. So all I can go off is clothes fitting better, and they are doing.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
One step at a time.
I just want to say. So like I said, I'm either stretching out my clothes so they feel better.
Yeah, you're either putting weight on and stretching them.
Yeah.
or you're losing it. I just want to say a massive thank you for everybody who has joined us this evening. Don't forget to stick them thumbs up, people. It does help in the analytics. Don't forget, a little bit later on, you'll have your chance to get your hands on some Rochford. Last week's winner has not emailed me, so make sure you get over and email me. If you don't get in touch with me after the show, then you've lost your chance. So we'll be giving away some of that a little bit later on. If you want to purchase some, remember, down in the corner, you've got 3 Men Vape. Gives you 15% off. Every time I want to talk, I start burping. 15% off, people. So it is that time of the evening. Not only do we love everybody who has joined us in chat, we also love the people who are on the replay.
This one's for all the cool cats on the replay.
The replay, Harley. The replay.
Hey, we've got Les Waddle. Miss Show catching up now. Great show, lads.
He's so
Cheers,
funny, Les.
See, it's quite a bit of tongue twister because I've got Les and I've got Liz. And Liz says, being ages, so I thought I'd pop in comments and say Harley's still a legend. Cheers, Liz. I love you.
We'll allow it for this week.
Pete Harper's taking piss.
I think that's it, innit? We haven't got many comments this week on the replay.
Yeah, I don't know. No, Ian, we've still got 2 more. One from 12 minutes ago and one from 6 days ago. But the Pete Harper's taking piss. I don't know if it's factual what it's put, but it is a bit of a piss take. All right, so I'll try my best to read it, but we all know I'm not Shakespeare. All right. So, the Arkansas, because I'm sticking to my guns, it's Arkansas legislature made a big deal in 1881. All right, 1881, Arkansas legislature about fixing legislature. About fixing for good the true pronunciation of the state name, emphasizing that all 3 A's should be pronounced with the Italian sound. It's a bit fucking racist, that, isn't it? Say A's the Italian.
Hey.
Hey! And every time you do it, you have to grab hold of your bollocks and go, hey!
So how do they say they should pronounce it? A can say.
I'm Yorkshire. There's only one way I can pronounce A. Hey.
Hey, drunk.
Yeah, it's a Yorkshire,
But it goes on. Yet the unanimous pronunciation of Arkansas by native Arkansans and in interlopers like is Arkansas. So much for adhering to the letter of the law. See, I were right, but everyone says it wrong. He's just put it there. Even though it took me a while to get through it, the Pete's got my back with some factual.
Well, I actually had to laugh at this. For the last week, I've been watching a show called Ozark. And for anyone who hasn't seen it, you've got to watch it. It's fucking fantastic. And there's a bit in there where they actually go to Arkansas and they bring it up on screen, spelling it how you say Arkansas. And they actually say Arkansas. And I actually sat there giggling, going, so I was right. But from what I've read online, because it did bother me afterwards. I thought, hang on, for all this time, I thought it was Arkansas. So I need to check my facts on this. And apparently there is 2. There's Arkansas, the town where people live, and then there's Arkansas, which is a river.
You did that during the show?
Yeah, I know, but I looked into it a bit further.
Oh, just to confirm that you can read
Just to confirm, yes.
He looked all the way down the river this time, not just at the front of it.
Yes, because see, when you have spectacles, you have to check your statistics.
I do that. I got told to do that. Obviously, now I'm over 40. I've got to keep checking them.
Faxiem's82 says, enjoy the show tonight. Enjoy the show tonight, baby. Good luck. As I'm moving into a new house on Friday, I'll have no internet for 2 weeks. So really hope the show goes. Hope tonight's show's a really good one. Big love, Mr. B, Aidan, and Harley.
Oh, big love, Faxi. I knew what you meant. He's moving into a new house. That's a nightmare. Anybody who's actually moving or who's ever moved, which I would imagine every single one of you in chat has done it, it is an absolute nightmare.
I move on a daily basis.
Do you?
It's like moving a village every time I go anywhere.
Small Ugandan village.
Oh, not a medium-sized Ugandan village. It's a small French town.
Okay, now. Big love to everybody on the replay. Remember, if you are on the replay, drop us down there a comment and a big love to you as well. I'll tell you what, I haven't actually brought it in here with me. But Geek Vape sent through, I don't know if anybody saw on the Vaping News that they've actually got in cooperation with PSG, the football team from France.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain, yeah. Which they are like a sort of a Chelsea and a Man City. They overtook in the French league, and they're owned by wealthy owners. And they've gone in partnership with them, and they are now sponsoring PSG, which...
It's not just PSG, though, is it? There's also 888 Vapes in the UK now sponsoring Lincolnshire Football Club.
Yep, I was going to get on to that. I wonder if I'll say that in a second. So they sent it through to me. The mod looks really nice. It's the M100 with the actual PSG logo on the back. Do we see, like Lincoln City, do we see, and let us know in chat what you think, do we see this is going to happen a little bit more? With the relaxation on laws and stuff like that?
I think it needs to. Football, English football, European football, is the biggest sport in the world. And if you want to get, if the NHS and the English, for England itself wants to get vaping in the forefront of harm control from tobacco, then what better sport to get involved with?
Because obviously when the TPD come out, it was like you weren't allowed to put any posters up. You wasn't allowed to sponsor, on buses. And then a lot of people were seeing stuff on side of buses and that. And then we wasn't supposed to that. And I remember talking to Vic, and we were when we were last at Summer Vapes, about that you wasn't allowed to put logos up for any longer than 30 seconds on your reviews.
Well, there has been the odd thing. I remember Totally Wicked sponsoring a stand at Turf Moor, Burnley Football Club, and it was called the Totally Wicked Bob Lord stand. I hated that name for fucking years, but then the TPD happened and they stopped it.
You see, I've said this for a long while. It's rate simple. Vaping is by far statistically 2 times more effective than any other way of quitting smoking. Any other harm reduction shit, it's vaping is 2 times stronger.
It's got the highest achievement.
So now let's just put fucking Boris Knobhead Johnson out on for a minute.
Oh, don't start with that.
If you wanted to ban vaping, but you also wanted to ban smoking, surely you'd promote vaping and ban smoking, push everyone onto the vapes, then go, right, you've all got a year because then we're banning it, and let everyone come down with nicotine levels and get off it. That is the best way to go about it.
Yeah, but you can't just... See, the thing is, you can't just make wholesale changes like that. If you make a wholesale change like that, I guarantee there will be a revolt. What you've got to do is like cooking frogs, innit? You put them in cold water and bring the water up.
I've never cooked frogs. That's a lovely
if you put a frog into hot water, it jumps straight out. If you and bring heat up,
I think the only way to do it is sort of like how Russia have done it, where we go right from. And I think the UK are going to be bringing this in. Is that say from 2030, anybody who was born after 2030 are no longer able to buy cigarettes. So that gives the people who obviously have grown up on him and knew him. Now, if people are born and they don't know anything about him and they're not allowed to have him, then they're not going to be able to get him. And I think that's probably the way forward to stop people from killing themselves. Totally right about what you're saying. Vaping is the most highest form of getting off of
it's got the best
cigarettes.
Success rate.
But what you've also got to think about, which we've spoke millions about, is the money side of it. It's never going to be that easy, especially for the next 20, 30 years, while big tobacco and big pharma is all out there. But I must admit, which I'm sure chat will agree with me, is that the UK is the leading place for vaping in the world.
It's come on leaps and bounds in the UK. And I think you have to acknowledge the fact that that's mainly down to the health system.
Yeah, because obviously in a lot of other countries, they're sat there and they've got to pay for their actual healthcare by insurances, where we pay by national insurance.
The only weird one is Australia, because Australia will give you support towards cancer treatments, especially combustible tobacco-related cancer treatments. So it doesn't make sense for them to put so much restriction on vaping, because that's costing them more in cancer-related treatments. So the only reason or logic I can put to that is they must be getting a kickback from the pharmaceutical companies.
Right, so we spoke a lot about with Toma about there because it was going through the courts, or they were going back to the government with it. Why I'm reading this is not in Israel where tax. I'm thinking that's now passed, and it's $5 per mil. You can't stop smoking in Israel with vaping anymore. You need to do DIY. You can't do it any other way.
But you see, this is where I was going a minute ago. It's not so much right. Just ban. I was saying a very extreme version, but regardless whether you're against vaping or not,
Nice to see you, Jackson.
Best way would be to support vaping, even if you're against vaping, to get everyone off the cigarettes. But instead, what we've got is this mixed signals from different health organisations around the world. Which, yet again, you've got big tobacco with the big greasy hands putting money everywhere.
It's not big tobacco. I'm sorry, it's not big tobacco. The problem is big pharma. In 2012, the profit from combustible tobacco-related cancer treatments was $412 billion.
Who's the conspiracies now?
That's a fact. That's a great stat.
Mr. B, I think you need to... I think it's in certain countries. If you look at like the way America's set out, big tobacco has got a massive hand in it. So is pharmaceuticals, obviously, and the insurance companies. The thing with America, which we've gone over a hell of a lot, is the tobacco bonds, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously there is an element from big tobacco in there, but the main issue for me is big pharma. And you can't dispute the fact that they've had a massive dent in their profit from combustible tobacco-related cancer treatments.
You've got to think the gums, the patches, the sprays, everything like that. I think this was a couple of years ago. They were down by 30%. That's a hell of a lot to take a dent into it, isn't it? 30% of your profit. Just while Jackson Vape Reviews is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be our guest next week. He's somebody that I've been wanting to get on the show for quite a while. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you're not subscribed to Jackson, please get yourself over there, and he will be our guest next week. And we've got quite a number of guests lined up as well. The week after, we're hoping to have an invasion by the LBV lads, and then also my brother I'm trying to get on for the week after, Paul McCartney, and Vic as well is all lined up. So we're gonna have some guests.
We need to get. Can we get like a Michael Jackson themed intro for Jackson Reviews?
Yeah.
You know, like Thriller or something in there. I know it might have a bit of an issue with YouTube, but I'm sure we can find something.
That's more BVL, like, isn't it? That's more BVL.
Yeah, but still, it's Jackson.
I'll have a word with Skin and see if he can knock me something up.
Yeah, Wacko Jacko, you know, gotta...
I know we're just going off topic. I didn't say this, and obviously Skint had his wonderful wife's had his baby, so congratulations to the wonderful Skinty. Big love to him. But yeah, just going back onto what you were saying... the first point that we were saying was, do you think there's going to be more sponsorships out there? A lot of people saying about St. Helens, the Totally Wicked sponsors their ground as well. Do you think there's going to be more bigger brands that are going to say, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to jump on this?
I hope so. I truly, especially with something like PSG, which is one of the biggest ones. That's the biggest football name I can think of that's got something to do with vaping now. I think I covered it on Friday about Lincoln City. I thought that's fucking brilliant because it's English.
Yeah, 888. Salford used to be really in with them. I think they're actually a Manchester-based company. They sell cheap liquids. Some of it is absolutely dog crap.
Yeah. I remember getting a load of shit off. I reviewed a couple of their. It was back when I first started reviews. I ordered some of their pound vapes, and I think 4 out of 5 of them I said were fucking shit, were absolutely dog shit.
Some of them, though, if somebody goes through their range and finds cheap vaping, that innit? If somebody finds, I don't know about you all, if they find an actual flavour that they like, then for a pound, you're not gonna. And also, if somebody's absolutely skint and they need something, they can always go and get a menthol.
This thing happens, right? What occurs is you spend 10 quid a day on 20 fags, and then you come in my shop and I sell you a vape for 20 quid, and you go away and now spend £5 a week on coils and juice. And then all of a sudden you start complaining because you're spending £5-10 a week rather than £10 a day because you think £10 a week's a bit expensive. And then you go up road and buy some cheap as shit juice and you think you're right happy with it and you're conning me and I'm losing money. The week after you come back and go back, I got some juice from around corner last week. Only quit it with shit. Fucking yes, that's why it's shit. When I first opened Vapemill, I had all the juices lined out. I had the cheap shit on one side, the zings and the ohms and all that shit. That were all £6, 2 for a tenner, 50ml, eat your fucking heart out. And then I had the premium shit, the 12 monkeys and everything else. And there are some people still to this day that have the £5 stuff, and they're quite happy with that, and that's what they like. But you get people that come in and go, have you got out for like a £5? And you go, yeah, they go, that's shit. And you go, well, it's fucking £5. You don't buy a £50 car and go, it's a bit shit, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing about it, you've got to go at this, right? When my mum passed away, my dad went, right, he saw what she went through, and he got himself off the cigarettes, and he was a massive smoker. Now, again, going back, he tried the sprays, he tried the patches, the gum, nothing ever worked. Vaping worked for him. My brother set him up to start off with, and then through time, we've all helped him. But he sort of stayed on the same sort of thing, which was Hang Sen. He used to mix the Hang Sen green tree with like an energy cow. Now, they stopped doing the energy cow. So now he's sort of like mixing. He gets from Flat Cap store, which is Vaping Delights. Make sure you get over there and support him. He's absolutely fantastic. He does the blue raz from there. He Nick salts, 20mg Nick salts. And then he still has the green tree. It's just tobacco flavour from Hang Sen. And he alternates between them.
Yeah, it's whatever works. That's what matters. It's whatever works. I mean, I'm testing juice all the time, so I can never tell what I've got in at any one moment. But it's just,
Get a box, big love.
There are liquids out there that I wouldn't even drink. I mean, there's only ever been one liquid ever that has had a really bad reaction with me, which is one called Fizzy. It's a Malaysian one, and it was a popcorn flavour. I thought, I love a good popcorn. And it actually physically made me puke. I vaped it once. It tasted like Emmental cheese that had been mouldy.
I tell you what,
and I had to run to the toilet and throw up. It was
Gail's here. We wanted. She had it put in her handbag as well. It was. I can't remember what exact. We all called it badger's piss. We were at an expo and it was absolutely horrible. I think Mark reviewed it. And Mark was trying to do a shit sandwich review, so it was sort of like, it's all right, but it isn't all right, and you could just tell by his face that it's just got this weird taste. And then he brought it to the expo. Vic tried it a lot. It was horrible. It was absolute, and it stank her handbag out. It was that bad.
But it's not always the case. There are some cheap flavors that are decent, and a good example is I've always stocked juice, JUCCE. For Expos, you've probably seen me if you've been to an expo. They're always getting 3 bottles of juice out if you try all the range. Anyhow, I think they get shunned up quite a lot because they aim at corner shops and stuff like that. Because they do sale or return. So basically, they write a contract, give you the entire fucking range, and then whenever you sell it, you replenish it, but you don't actually own it, so you do have to replenish it. But they did juice, JUCCE, and that was £6, 2 for 10. Then they did the juicier, which is juice IER, and that were £10, 2 for 17. And that were actually, you could tell that one were cheaper and one more expensive because one were more of a premium flavour. Yeah. However, last year they also brought out a new range. I think it's tropical, juice tropical. But it is still the £5 range, but the flavours are a lot better. You could probably sell it for 9-10 quid. So it's not always a case of cheaper juices are shit. But as a rule of thumb, as I explained to someone earlier about buying stuff wholesale, if something seems to be too good off a forum, it usually is. And it's the same with juice. It's the same way if you buy earphones from Poundland for £1, you can't expect them to be the same quality of ones that you'll buy at H&B for 20 quid. And it's just how it is. The reason it's cheaper is because there's less concentrate in there and blah-de-blah. There's a reason that it's cheaper.
When we had, I think we had Tom on this show as well. We were talking about that. There's a lot of companies, especially out in Manchester, that they use white label juice. So half of these juices that are on the cheap range might be called, I don't know, kin stuff. And it's 50ml a bottle, and they get it for £2 and selling it for £5.99.
Yeah, I could start with a Vape range tomorrow and just be white label. You'd never know.
Yeah. The amount of times I've tasted the strawberries and cream, and it's the same strawberries and cream I've tasted before.
Yeah. It's white label.
It's just white label.
You tend to find the premium stuff like Rochford that's tried and tested their own recipes.
Yeah.
And made properly, not white label. Whereas the cheaper ones you tend to find are white label. Not just because it's cheap.
And this is, again, even if they're not in your flavour profile, but try and support them. People such as, you've got Nevans, who's just released his own line.
Nevans, yeah.
You've got Amatorium, which we've had on the show as well. And obviously, like Rochford, UK mixes, that it's their own flavours that they've done themselves. It's always nice to support them. Try a few. You might be surprised, but at least you're supporting a UK vendor and somebody as well who, a lot of them are doing it. They've spent that money out. They've gone and got themselves a clean room. They're doing and they're doing it properly.
The money, it's the time. Yeah. The time it takes to perfect a recipe. 6-7 months of pure testing and jigging around the flavour. Because bear in mind, once you create a flavour, you've then got to wait. You've then got to wait 2 or 3 weeks with constant fecking around with the bottle for it to steep. Then once it's steep, you're then going to test flavour, and if it's wrong, you start the whole process again. It's all time consuming. It's not easy stuff.
Again, I know. Again, MBK, when we spoke to him, he was saying it'd be bad for the actual shop owners. It's a lot easier now. They can have so many flavours than just add the nick shots to it. But again, I'll go back to it. I have never had better juice when you could actually have the nicotine in it and it's actually steeped.
Yeah, I hope they go back to that. I really hope, above anything else, they go back to that. Buying 100 mils of already nicked liquid will always taste better than something you have to nick yourself and wait.
Did always taste better, and I'll tell you another thing as well. Sometimes you get as well with nick shots. With nick salts, not the same flavour as if you got a 50ml.
Yep.
If that makes sense, it doesn't taste the same. I got that Eastern cherry from Juice and Power, and it didn't. I thought I can't wait for this, and it didn't taste the same.
That's another one that is absolutely fantastic. Jane Dowd's Shy Tots.
Again, sorry, Jane,
on.
I missed you out, sweetheart. UK vendor, Shy Tots again, and not only does Jane, if you get in touch with Jane, what she does is you tell her your flavour profile, and she'll go through what she's got, and you'll be able to do that as well. Yeah, sorry, Jane, I missed you out, sweetheart.
I didn't. I remembered you, Jane.
See,
Mr. B's got your back. Don't worry.
I think there's a problem.
You just want to get on the carpet, son. You just want to get on the carpet.
Hey, I love a bit of carpet, mate. Fucking.
Why have I got a picture of a dog doing that?
I was going to reiterate. Last week I was mentioning that it's really hard for a retailer to stock juices in. The retailers that don't ever go to Expos, I don't know how they do it. Because we aren't going to an Expo and tasting the juices. I was looking for wholesale last week thinking, what the fuck shall I buy? And it is really hard to know what's worth buying, what's going to sell, when it's just a website. Because it's not like shopping for anything else.
Well, normally, though, people such as yourself, they deal with distros, don't they? So there's a number of them, BKS, there's Vape Distribution, and they're the ones, then you'll have a sales rep that comes to you or speaks to you and says, look, these are the things that are going off the shelf really quick, this is what we've got in there. You do it a little bit different because you source it yourself. A lot of these actual shops listen to the distros and go with them sort of way.
See, that's what I mean. I don't have any reps because I've always kind of pissed them about and not answered the phone to them and ignored them, which is a bad business move by the way, anyone that owns a business, because if you utilise your reps, you can get better deals and whatnot. But I just don't like doing business that way for the vape liquid. But then going off from that, we've also got an issue of we need to having big brands like Nasty Juice and blah, blah, blah is good for the industry because we need power. We need big giants with the power to make movements and fight politics and yada, yada. But it's important that we support the smaller, more independent juices, which is quite hard to do because you need to make sure that there's someone genuine, make sure it's not dodgy juice, blah, blah, blah. And it's also hard to find them.
Well, yeah. I mean, people like Nevins and stuff have a massive following because he started up on Facebook in a group doing recipes in the group. Some of the recipes were wonderful recipes. And then obviously he got into the liquids. But I would always prefer to support someone like Shy Tots or Rochford than buy a big brand. Always. Because I've done mixing myself, I appreciate the amount of times that someone like Graham from Amatorium spends perfecting a liquid. It's like going to a proper chef for a meal, rather than cooking it yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows out there now. So obviously, Benny was probably... I know there'd been other mixing shows for the UK, but Benny Vapes is mixing show, which is directly after us. If you're wanting to get into a bit of DIY, get yourself over to Benny's show, and they're always there to help. If you want a flavour, they're always there to help. If you want to get into DIY, and they'll tell you where to get the stuff and give you recipes.
It's an addictive hobby. It's a very addictive hobby. Trying to, especially when you get into, it's almost like a game. Trying to get the perfect. If let's say you're going for a lemon meringue pie, but you want it with a twist in there, let's say raspberry or something. It's getting the right levels of everything within a milliliter, or 0.5 of a milliliter, or how many drops and that sort of thing. And a lot of them weigh it out, don't they?
You have to have some scales and
digital scales. You can do it that way, or you can do it the drops way or the milliliter way. There's all sorts of different ways to do it. The digital scales is the easiest by far
of weighing it out. I must completely agree that it's brilliant to try it. I've never really had great success at it. I've tried loads of times and it don't come out right. It's a little bit like I've had some good batches of home brew, and I've had my wine always comes out really nice, but some of my home brew. But I don't know why. I don't know if it's actually in my head because I know I've mixed it. You know what I mean?
I've had success with one recipe, which was a peanut butter and jelly liquid that I did.
Drop it, Matt. Drop a link in for Shy Tots. No problem.
And it was wonderful. I just...
Share the love.
By the time I'd done it, it would just... just like, right, I've done it, I've moved on to something else. But no, it is fun. It's also frustrating at the same time, especially when you make a batch, think, yeah, I've got it. You do a quick taste test when you make it, yeah, it's perfect. Then 4 weeks later, no, like, shit. Why is it shit? What's wrong with it? What's happened in that 4 weeks? What's causing that? So it can be frustrating at the same time.
Like I said, it's always nice to support, and obviously they can't afford stores at Expos and things like that either. They have to either share stuff. And another one as well is King's Custard. We used to have James on all the time. Yeah. I'll try and get him back on the show. He's a lovely bloke as well.
Do you think Expos should offer some relief rates to people like Rochford or Shy Tots, or just to try and get some of the smaller vendors in, help them get up another step?
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. There's plenty of times that we've actually gone to Expos and there has been empty booths. But obviously, Expo, they have to pay for it.
How would you define who gets the leeway done?
Size of business, how many bottles you sell. You can do it off that.
I can't remember which one it were, Vape Jam or the Expo. I think it was Vape Jam.
Nitty-gritty, so the big bad boys in the big bad city, it was jam hot.
The one that I really didn't like, I'm pretty sure it was Vape Jam. And the reason I didn't...
The first one I went to Vape Jam, Mark were doing a talk on stage, and it was brilliant. There were Grim Green there, everything. The third one that I went to, it was just Juice Jam.
Yeah, but I really didn't like it, mainly because you had really big stalls in the middle. And then, like, towards the end, you had some really, really shitty little stalls that no one were actually getting to. I thought this is really unfair. Not only you've took money off smaller stalls and then put them in a corner. Surely, with the big stalls that have got the big flashy lights and come here, you should have put them in the corner so everybody has to walk past the little stall to get to the big one. You know what I mean? They were literally right at the back to the point where you thought, "Oh, I was knocked down here." And you could say, "Yeah, they're not big enough, the stall enough," but they really were right at the back.
You've
to the
got
point where you'd be knackered when you got to it.
You really have got to think though. These people have to pay for that big, massive hall.
Yeah.
It's not free. They don't get it for free. They've got to pay for that big, massive hall. They've got all the people who are like the VIPs, all the other bits and bobs. It's got to be paid for, and it costs a hell of a lot of money. And these people are having to buy these stands. They're not going to want to go. I'll tell you, put all the small ones first, and we'll go back.
Yeah.
But there's a better way of structuring it than a long corridor with some really small stalls at the end.
I'll tell you what, with some of the greater deals though at Expo, I know Expo's coming up. Some of the greater deals is down like the side little bits because you obviously got your main stretcher, your main people, and then the side bits. There's loads of deals.
Yeah, they're happy to see you. They'll do anything, literally.
I bought other year. They were selling juice off that cheap. I think I bought like 50. I was like, how much 50? And he went, oh, okay then. Because it was dirt cheap, but it was really good. Do you know, as you walk past, like, here, try this. All right, try it. And I thought that was really good. And I looked down to see how much you were selling it for. He was trying to sell it to me as a customer, well, as a press walker. And I was like, give me 50 bottles. Like, what? I said, give me 50. I've got a shop. Give me 50 bottles. I'm going to double price on it and sell it. And he was like, all right, I'll knock a bit more off.
Yeah. So 20 minutes later, he shut his shop.
Gailey Bops will remember as well. Chris from Empire, he went there. He did a deal and he shared with. I think it might have been a Smodus. I'm not quite sure. I don't think it was a Smodus. It was somebody like that, and he shared a stand with them. And he did really, really good business. Again, he did his own juice. He did really, really good business there. But it's hard work. It's hard work to get the name out there.
Yeah, but I think now, especially in the UK, I think times are changing on that front. Like in a lot of countries around the world where people are saying, oh, vaping's dying. In the UK, it's not. It's thriving.
Oh, the more you'll be proud of me. A lot of people where I were at the place where I work on a Sunday and a Tuesday, there's a lot of people in there on disposables. So I've got a couple of them onto other devices now where they fill them up themselves. They're going, oh, this is not bad. So you need to buy 2 of them. But like I said to you, it was a gateway to get them off them cigarettes.
Yes.
And which I think it worked really well. One poor girl come up to me and I think she got a Logic one, you know, like one of these where they're actually...
Oh, yeah.
They're actually pre-filled pods. You can't refill them. She's going, I can't get into it, refill it. I said, no, you can't with these. You have to buy the cartridges. So I'll sort you something out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it comes that time. We've been chatting a while. It's nearly 8:45. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the deals of the week.
A message from deep within the jungle. I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, deals of the week.
I nearly did forget there, Al.
I didn't. We don't figure our Harley, do we?
You already did.
He says, remember the hand checks, and I'm the one apart. Remember to put your hand checks in. What a total knobsack.
Right, well, luckily this week we've got a few different little deals for you. We're starting off over at our friends at Evolution Vaping. The Galaxy's 30-watt kit by Vapefly has gone from $29.99 all the way down to $17.99. You get it in all black and brown, depressing blue, shit brown, and pink for bunny. And yep, that's the Galaxy kit by Vapefly. Moving on to another Vapefly is the Vapefly Brunhild SBS box mod. Was $59.99, now just a snippet of $39.99. You get it in depressing blue, sexy red, whatever the hell that's meant to be, rose gold, bunny pink, and black.
That came down really quick, that, didn't it?
It was always going to come down quick. But that is from our friends E-Sig1.
Is it still in stock? There's only one left.
That's on the black.
That one colour.
Yeah, you've got 15 left in bunny pink. You've got 11 left in rose gold. You've got 11 left in red. And you've got 10 left in blue. Moving on back to our friends at Evolution Vaping, you have the Aries 120 box mod by Hell Vape. Was $54.99, now just $29.99.
Mine never worked. They sent me that out to get it. It just never worked.
There you go, folks. Moving on.
I know. My brother's worked. My brother's worked, and other people, mine just never worked.
Well, there you go. It's worth putting. You can always send it back if you don't want. But staying with our friends over at Evolution Vaping, you've got the R40 kit by Wismec.
Ooh,
was
nice.
$34.99, now just $19.99, but the's only silver and 3 of them left.
That is nice, that.
That is nice.
Have you never used it?
Yeah, it's nice.
I weren't keen on it.
What was your problem with it, Harley?
What?
What was your problem with it?
I don't know. I can't remember. Right. I obviously haven't introduced you to my brain. I don't know. I review shit. I put it out there and then dispose of it. I don't need to. I just remember what I do and don't like. I can remember being underwhelmed by it. I was quite happy with it with Wismec, and then I was very underwhelmed.
It's one of them for the handbag or one of them for your pocket.
Yeah, it's not shit. I was just underwhelmed by it. I expected better, if you know what I mean.
Right, so because it didn't tick Harley's testicles, it wasn't worth it. But for $19.99, you can get a bollock tickless less mod for just $19.99. That's the R40 kit by Wismec. It does up to 40 watts. It's a decent mod to put someone on who's thinking of quitting smoking.
Yeah, I'd buy it for 20 quid. I won't buy it for 35, but 20 is an all right deal.
Yeah, but like I said, the reason why I put these in is so if you know someone who's thinking of quitting smoking, you know, it's a deal on the Evolution Vaping, 20 quid for an R40.
To be fair, you shouldn't know anyone that smokes. You shouldn't be embracing it. You should say, right, quit smoking or fuck off.
You should fucking hell. Jesus Christ. You almost sound South African then.
He's definitely on his period.
That is the deals of the week.
Yay! Move him over. I love him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. We're going to, just before we do the hand check time, we're going to get it out there. Your Rochford projects. Again, don't forget, if you want to buy some Rochford projects, it is the 3-men vape. Gets you 15% off. I think it's all the way up to 12 o'clock tonight. The keyword, we all should know it by now, is Rochford. It is, I don't think he's doing international. I don't know if he's watching, but I think it's just UK and Ireland, all of Ireland. So please put in a Rochford, and you've got a chance to win 2 bottles of your favourite flavours. Yes, your favourite flavours. So this is one of my favourite parts of the show, which is it's hand check time.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
Come on, Ollie, show us your hand checks.
Alan Goodall with Cremeld 80 watt on the Gunter sub-ohm tank with some delicious and most curious kernel.
That
fucking
nice,
sexy,
mod, isn't it?
It's sexy mod, but look at that fucking Jay. It's just sexy. Everything about Rochford's sexy. Even Jay. I don't know what Jay looks like, so don't take my word for that.
He's not what you actually
think. Breaking news, McTavish has been dumped.
Oh no, McTavish is always number 1. We've got Bob Catrell with a toffee colour thing.
With a toffee coloured
finger? A toffee coloured finger? What?
Thing.
Oh, with a toffee coloured finger.
Fuck's sake.
My dad used to have one of them when we were smoking Woodbines. Who used to call it the poo finger.
10 points to anyone who can work out what he's watching in the background.
Big Bang Theory.
Dumber and Dumber.
Big Bang Theory.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was Harry, Curly and Mo.
On an Acer laptop by looks of it. I hope that camera's covered. Anyway, Craig Woodford, hand check time. Love him a QP with some Nilla Nuts.
Nilla Nuts. Again, that's from our good friend over from the Own Show, John.
Shiny,
Just nick it.
shiny.
If people haven't been over there as well, again, UK vendor, just nick it. Lovely bloke, John.
I've never tried a QP. I bought a QP to review and an Oxford RTA to review and never reviewed them. Yeah, I might give that Oxford one away. Shall I get away? Craig Warren. Bit battered now, but still going strong. Even got a second brand new one in box. Nice little backup idea of you. I like that, Craig.
Nice side-by-side mod, isn't it?
Are you like me, Craig? He's got a brand new one in box unopened. Are you a bit like me, Craig? Because all my mods are battered, including my Whitby Aegis that I'm still using now. People go, "You've only shop and you're a reviewer. Buy something new for crying out loud." No, this one still works.
What's being a reviewer have to do with having something new?
Well, because they're kind of like, "Oh, you've reviewed mobs. You gave them away. Why don't you just keep on for yourself?" I'm like, "Well, because my little Whitby Aegis works perfectly. Thank you." Anyway, moving on. Craig Welsh.
The obelisk.
Check time and Vapegate obelisk. Obelisk. Does it work, Yorkshire? 200 with a ghoul RDA by Blitz.
That ghoul is fucking awesome. I nearly bought a ghoul once. Nearly. Just never really got round to it. But I do like the shape of them.
Ghoul's the single RDA one, isn't it? Yeah. Single coil RDA.
I'll tell you what, there is some really good old school RDAs, and I've still got quite a lot
and
of
RTAs.
The RDAs, the Buddha, the original Buddha was absolutely brilliant for flavour.
I still love that. Geek Vape? Not Geek Vape. The Tsunami. Who did Tsunami? Tsunami 24. Was it Geek Vape?
No, I don't think it was.
No.
Let us know in chat.
Tsunami. Well, it'll come to me.
We've got 28 eligible users. So if you want to get in for the Rochford giveaway, stick Rochford in.
Mr. B, I am tasking you to find the cheapest ghoul you can for next week, because that is the best single coil RDA I've ever used. I think
Rob Barry, big love, brother.
And it was Geek Vape, by the way. Geek Vape Tsunami 24 plus.
Tsunami.
No, it's not. It's Graham Spears on the dual
With
top
Asgard.
side. Asgard, RDA, strawberry rice pudding.
Nice.
Lovely.
That looks like somebody with one of them like polo neck sweaters.
That is a low build in that. Have you seen that 0.09? Oof. Oof, that's a low build.
Oof.
Oof.
Jez. They liked this picture. I don't know why. I think I'm turning a bit pinky purplish. I liked it.
Does it show off your personality?
I think Bunny would like that one.
Does it? Makes me feel a little bit femme. I love it. Don't you think it looks good?
I think actually I quite like that. I'll admit, I like that.
I'm open to donations, Jess. As I've just been saying, my device is fucked, so if you need to get rid of it. Kev Davis with his snaky... it's not Snake I was thinking of. It's Godzilla. That's what it reminds me of, that mod. Godzilla.
I do like the look of that. That is quite nice. I'm not really into like the baby sick sort of stuff, but that is quite nice.
He does look like a baby's being sick down in Mexico.
But if baby puked something of that colour, I would assume he'd have to go to hospital.
Or baby diarrhea.
Yeah, baby diarrhea is green, so yeah.
Yeah.
I remember MBK getting a one of them. He come back, oh, look at this, it's beaut. It were a Met mod, and I was like, that's not beaut. Well, to me, it's not beaut. It looked absolutely horrible. It looked like somebody just shat in his hand.
Beaut is on the inside. Liz! Liz. Liz.
Somebody's shat in his hand. Now, is that real carbon fibre or a sticker?
Well, it looks real, doesn't it? It's really good effect. Wait.
It's got really small hands, or that mod's grown.
What is it?
It's the Oxford, isn't it?
Don't know. Liz, what is it?
It looks like the Oxford. Velocity or whatever it is.
Martin McDermott on his OBS.
Nice.
I do like that. That's nice, dignified mod.
Matchy, and he could do with one of Mr. B's favourite drip tips on top, couldn't he? Joe red smock drip tip.
But you got a smock drip
tip.
Fuck off.
Faceless Vapor says it's a fake. It's velocity. Oh.
That is an awesome mod.
Martin Wells said he quit a year ago, so...
Congratulations, mate.
Do you know, I hear they're the cheapest mods of all time.
I think he sprained his thumb.
But that was getting ready.
See, guys, that's what happens. If you ain't got out in background that's interesting, we start talking about your hands.
It does look like Paul had sprained his hand. But
Mike Innes. Tonight's hand check. Arbiter 2 on the Ages Legend 2 with a Brie Camilla and the Trollex on the Thelma with DS Code Red.
Nice.
Camilla. Paul Osborne on the Blotto.
Also the single free max.
Yeah.
With nice
now, is that the no, that's not the single, it's the dual.
No, it's a single. It's the 21700.
No, I'm on about the Blotto.
Oh, the Blotto. So no, it's the nice battery door moving. And the thing about that mod as well is they only put them doors on one side. So one side were nice and black, and then they put that horrible design.
Wasn't it one of them mods that you could put the batteries in any way you wanted?
Yeah, but obviously with the single one, it's any way you want. Jewel was saying
any way you want. Ramsey Sullivan.
Ooh, sexy.
Out and about set up a couple of drag nanos.
Now, has she nicked the cup or was she actually in Costa?
No, she's in Costa. You can see sugar sheets on bottom.
No, she could have nicked them as well.
And Ramsey did say that they're out and about, so anyway. Toma.
I nearly bought one of them.
Sorry, now mod.
I think again, John Martin from Just Nick It, he's selling them on his actual site for a really good deal.
Yeah. I nearly bought one. Nearly.
I don't think I'll be able to do without mouthpiece, bro.
It's just like a credit card size. That's all it is.
It does look nice.
Vaping Scotsman, Bro and Balzada. Fucking hell. Blazder. That's not a word. Mint custard with the Wasp Nano V2 RDA on the Riva 200.
Do you know, if you ever taste mint custard, it always reminds me of school.
I used to detest that custard at school. Oh, it used to be horrible.
That's it. We're done. We are out of here.
Yay! Well done, people. Thank you so much for sending your hand checks in. Again, make sure you get them in next week. And if you are not a part of the Facebook group, please get yourself over to 3 Men and a Vape Show Facebook group, and you could be a part of the hand checks. And also, I know a couple of people don't do Facebook. If you do get in touch with either me, Harley, or anybody like that, then let me know. Mo Bro, nice to see you. Vinage Vape, all the way from Portugal. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're okay. Big love, Mo Bro, and I hope you had a really good birthday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to run your giveaway for the Rochford project. You get a chance to win 2 flavours. What we at? How many people thumbs up we got? Can we see anybody?
What?
Good question.
If you've not put the thumbs up already, we need the thumbsy uppy. I'm doing a bit of an Adam.
You're doing a bit of an Adam? We're on 34 thumbs up as it stands.
And what we got, about 75 watching?
Yeah, I think we should wait till we get to 50.
Come on, stick them thumbs up, and then we can we'll draw this. It all helps with
42. We're on 42.
Come on, we're 8 away.
No thumbsy up, no giveaway.
You got 42 people, fucking twat.
I absolutely love him. I'm a big Max and Paddy fan, and the Phoenix Knights. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
remember what the greatest laugh I ever had with that was. Do you ever remember the Bolton Dwarf fans?
How far away are they?
Yeah, how far away are they?
Fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Have you had the stuff going on with that? They banning Snow White.
Yes, we were talking about this on the UK Vape Show. They're not going to do it now.
Why? I don't get it. This is PC gone wrong. I'm sorry, it just is.
It's terrible. Obviously, they're getting rid of midget gems. You can't call it that, and you can't. Oh man. Have you noticed though? You know, like the poor ginger people, they've not got rid of ginger biscuits yet.
Well, no, ginger people gingers were the first, are the actual true British people, apparently.
Probably true. Because you got to think there's not that much sun in England, so it's not. I feel sorry for ginger people when the sun comes out. But it's like the vampires, poor buggers. They have to. I'm not going out there. I remember. Have you ever watched that Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
Do you know what? You so look like a penis then.
Want to play with me?
Maybe a slightly Jewish one as well, but there we go. It was they dropped this poor lad off, and he was ginger in the middle of this great big desert. And this poor lad decides he wants to go and find water at midday. Not a good idea, son. So he walks around for about 2 hours, and then he was just so burnt. This poor lad, and he's supposed to be a survival expert. That's not a survival expert trying to go and search for water while you're ginger. If that had been me, I'd have been covered in mud. Nothing to do with that. I was trying to be survival. I'm just kinky like that. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to roll it. And the winner is Kev WXM. Yay!
What does WXM stand for?
I'm not quite sure.
We need to find out. Before we can have that prize, we need to know what WXM stands for.
Kev, get in touch with littlebrobapes@gmail.com. And the last week's winner, I can't remember who last week's winner actually was, but you haven't emailed me. So you have till this evening to get in touch with me.
Fair enough. Stands for Wrexham.
Big love to everybody in chat. Thank you so much to the spanners as well. We had a couple of the old divs, but thank you very much for sorting that out. And big love to everybody who are here. We're going to say our goodbyes. Harley Warley Macaroni.
That was worse than my no thumbs up in no giveaway. Oh, well, it's been delightful. I might just drag it on for a bit. So it's been really nice. I've enjoyed myself.
Come on, you've only got till May.
Chat. You've been delightful. I do enjoy reading your chat, comment, message things. Liz, thank you for your love. I do love you too. You're the best. People in the comments, people watching on the replay, make sure you're one of the people in the comments. Comment down below, even if it's to give me some shit. Come on. I feel like I ain't got a part when you don't comment, so just comment, all right? God. Also, if you want to be in the hand checks, give me a bit more work to do. Fuck off over to a Facebook group, bang in a picture of your hand. From Friday on, if you post any picture on the group after Friday, I will go through the page and collect them pictures and put it in the hand check. So if you're not going to be back Tuesday, if you sat there Wednesday and you thought, this is a fucking nice vape, I wish I could tell everybody how much I love this vape, go to a 3 Minute a Vape Show group and post a picture, and I'll post it on the fucking YouTube for the world to see, I promise. Mr. B, you've been delightful, even if you do look like a penis.
It's me. It's giggity.
Sam, if you're watching next week, we need you to draw a line on his head while he's asleep.
And we'll call you a butt.
Little bro.
If she buys a Sharpie now, you're in trouble.
Little bro,
Sam,
you are my big bro.
I love you loads, bro.
Right. Before I say my goodbyes, I want to tell you all a story.
Oh, fucking hell.
God.
Before the show started, our Harley told us that he's not feeling appreciated. He thinks we take too much piss out of him, and he thinks that you guys don't love him. So right now, what I would like to do is just put a few love hearts in the chat and show Harley how much you love him. A heart today can save Harley tomorrow. Thank you all for listening. See you all next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll reiterate what Mr. B says there. Just show the love to Harley. He's feeling a bit down today. We absolutely love Harley Wally Macarali. We love him so much. So show the love to Harley. And please put in the comments as well how much we love Harley. Big love to you all. Thank you so much for joining us this wonderful Wednesday evening. Get over to Benny Vape. So if you like a little bit of the Home Show, get yourself over to that. Well, that's my brother's show. That's tomorrow. Go and check him out. Also, the UK Vape Show is on tomorrow as well. Come and check us out. Big love to the Spanners for making sure that we are lovely and safe. Thank you so much to everybody in chat. We love you so much. And the people on replay. Thank you so much for supporting the show week in, week out. We love you all. Good night.
We love you all half as much as you love Harley. Show your appreciations in comments. Save a Harley today. Hashtag save Harley.
I like Rob Stanley's comment. Who's Harley?
Remember, hashtag save Harley.